Now, rains and wind speed are rising in Chennai. Continuous rain since last night has led to waterlogging and stagnation in several areas. The Met Department has now predicted torrential rains and thunderstorm in Tamil Nadu for the next 3 to 4 days. A 28-year-old man lying unconscious at a cemetery in TPC Chatram during the rains was rescued by the inspector of Rajeshwari Police. In fact, amid this monsoon mayhem, several areas have been completely inundated, really leaving life to a complete standstill. Amid severe rainfall and heavy crosswinds across Chennai, flights arriving into Chennai have now been suspended until 6 p.m. The heavy rainfall has claimed at least 14 lives across the state and displaced thousands. Meanwhile, intense downpour continues to wreak havoc in several parts of Chennai. The city's Ashok Nagar, KK Nagar and Tenampet area remains waterlogged with water entering homes. Even the streets outside Chief Minister Stalin's residence was completely flooded. Stalin has directed ministers and district officials to expedite flood relief operations. 11 teams of the NDRF and 7 teams of SDRF have been deployed to assist in rescue operations. 75,000 police personnel from the police and home guard departments have also been deployed in Chennai. Schools and colleges are shut in Chennai, Tiruvallur, Kanchipuram and 9 other districts. Let me quickly cut across to Nolan Pinto live from Marina Beach. Nolan, we know that Marina Beach quite a hub for Chennaiites. I know right now it's off limits. Do take us through what you see right behind you. Has there been any respite from the rains for people in Chennai and surrounding areas?
Well, it's indeed a very welcome respite from the rains. In fact, from where I am at the Marina Beach, in fact, that's in my background, Nabila, it's not rained for about 45 minutes. However, what has changed is this. The wind speeds, the winds have picked up. What we are told, in fact, I was just speaking to some senior officials from the NDRF over here. They say that this is the best time for them to go about with their relief work operations. So that's one of the reasons why we are told that in the next half an hour, the NDRF, the SDRF, along with a few NGOs will actually be going about to certain areas in the city to distribute kits, medical kits, grocery kits, so on and so forth. But what is scary as of now, Nabila, is this. I don't know if you can hear the breeze. I mean, the winds have actually picked up. The officials tell us it is not safe to stand outside because of flying debris or flying objects that can actually come and ram into you. They say that as much as possible for the people, no doubt it's stopped raining, don't come out, stay indoors because it's not safe. Anything can come and hit you, hit your vehicle or hit you or your home. So be inside, be indoors. That is the most safest option to do. Another problem is also this. A lot of places I've seen across the city is that branches have actually fallen. And this is one major issue that the officials are facing. Trees have fallen, branches have fallen, not many light poles though. So the only thing that people can do as of now is stay indoors, stay safe, don't come out till the situation gets back to normal. Nabila.
Nolan, thank you very much for joining us with those details. Now, we know that many other parts of Chennai currently stands inundated. Our reporters all braving the floods there, bringing you these live, accurate reports so that you stay indoors. I'm going to cut across to those reporters on ground. Let's have a look.
Top of a building and we're trying to show you what things look like around us. This is a 200 feet radial road that connects from Thoraipakkam to the airport, and you can see here the Narayanapuram lake has been completely filled and water from that area is coming to the neighboring lake as well, and the entire road has been filled with water. The buildings here, the restaurants here, all of it is in water right now. There are multiple cars which are also inundated in the water. Now we can see people from the neighboring areas walking to safety from this zone. We have been seeing from morning that multiple places in and around Chennai city has been inundated, and this is a tragic sight that we can see from the location that we are in as well. There are JCBs which have been brought to move the drainage system so that the water can flow into the channel and reach the Palikarnai marshland, which is where the water from this lake has to technically move into. But unfortunately, we're seeing that external force, that is the JCBs, are being used to help move the water. There has been complaints about various drainage channels getting blocked due to debris, and that is also being rectified here. And we can see this entire stretch of place, which is a residential area as well, has been inundated. We're seeing in many houses there are residents on top of the building waiting for help, and we can see how there are vehicles which are inundated there. Similarly, you can also see water almost to a very high level in most of these residential areas. It is a very tragic time. Residents in this vicinity have been telling us that this is a repeated incident in 2015, in 2017, and in almost all the rains, this kind of a scenario pans out in this vicinity, and nothing much has changed is one complaint that most of the residents have been saying. We have seen very, very heavy rainfall in the last few days. On Sunday, there was 21 centimeters of rainfall. Last night onwards, heavy rains has been lashing Chennai city, and more than 15 to 16 centimeters of rainfall has been recorded. And all through the day, again, rainfall is expected in and around Chennai city, and warning of heavy to very heavy rainfall has been given, and people have been asked to stay indoors. But many residents have been questioning as to if their homes are inundated, where will they go, what will they do? These are big questions that are coming up, and very, very strong images that you can see here. At the moment, Chennai and Chennaiites are bracing the worst and hoping that things will change in their favor soon. With camera person Daniel, this is Akshay Nath for India Today.
We're currently standing on the street that actually leads to the Chief Minister's home, and this street itself, you could see the amount of water here. This is the problem when it comes to rain and Chennai. One whole night's rain, and this is what you could see over here. Vehicles are finding it extremely difficult to travel through this street, and this is a condition in several streets across Chennai. There you could see the tires are completely gone. They have to paddle through this, and this is one of the streets that leads to the Chief Minister's house. It is in this street, and that's the condition over here. Officials claim that they are trying to remove water from various locations, but the streets in this area is completely underwater. Several such streets are underwater, and people are requesting the government to remove this water as soon as possible, because this seems to be the biggest problem when it comes to rains in Chennai. With videos Madhu, Pramod Madhav for India Today.
Well, we're now at KK Nagar. This is at the Ashok Pillar main road. There are apparently four government hospitals in this locality, or the vicinity. There's a government peripheral hospital nearby. There's an ESI hospital, and on the opposite side, there are two more government hospitals. Now, this is the situation on this main road. You have water almost to my knee level. It's very bad, and in spite of that, there is traffic. And while all that is happening, the government is actually pumping water. We are not too sure where are they letting that water. In fact, when we entered one of the hospitals over here, they were pumping water out of the hospital. Now, the problem is this. There are patients inside. There are attenders along with them, and they need food. What to do during this situation such as this? But there are good Samaritans. In fact, there's a restaurant right here, a very small restaurant, who has kept his shop open. He's preparing rice, he's preparing biryani right over here. You have veg and non-veg over here at this particular hotel. He says that his duty is to actually provide food to all the people over here, for the patients, for the attenders, and if they can't come, he will send someone to go inside, even in this knee-deep level water. For India Today in Chennai, this is Nolan Petro.
The visuals that I'm bringing you are from inside the government hospital in Tambram. The entire hospital is inundated currently. We can see how the stretchers and all the medical equipment which are here are all underwater. There were around 100 plus patients in this hospital, and all of them have now been moved to other hospitals in the city like Rajiv Gandhi, Omandu Road, and IOG for pregnant women. So we can see here people still wading through water to move out of this place. Many outpatients are still here, and family members of these outpatients are coming in to take them out of this hospital. Officials have been telling us that there have been 4 motorized pumps which are being set up, and using that water is being drawn out of this location. But unfortunately, because of the heavy rains, things are not going as per their desire. But we can see here that there is a lot of difficulty that the people of Chennai are facing. We know that at the time of sickness, people try to come to hospitals, but if the situation of hospitals are itself such this, then what will happen is the big question. With camera person Daniel, from the Government Hospital in Tambaram, this is Akshana for India Today.
I'm standing outside a wedding hall in Thenampet where you see a boat being used to rescue all the wedding guests. The wedding happened early this morning. Because of the torrential downpour, the water levels rose here. You can see how high the water levels are. So all of the women, men of the family decked up in their finery for the wedding are now being rescued. What officials are telling us is that nearly 30 people are inside this wedding hall, all of them coming out one after another. And this is people of all ages. Because it was a wedding, everyone in the family came together, and you see, of course, all of them dressed up, decked up. Little did they know that they'd have to actually be rescued on a boat from the wedding venue. You can see that a lot more people will be rescued from here. They'll be taken out in the boat as well. They're saying that the wedding did happen early in the morning, and they had a chance to celebrate the wedding, but after that realized that the water levels were quickly going up as well.
Most areas across Tamil Nadu, especially those 9 districts, have been severely flooded. Here are some of those that I'm going to list out to you, where you see at least up to 6 feet water, much higher than a few people, including me. Water literally above your head. These are the areas. Periamet is one of those areas where we see at least 6 feet water there. And we're also looking at Patalam. And then you also have Kosapet, where you see at least 6 feet water there. We have also Tiruvatiur, another area where 6 feet water has been reported. And you also have this area, Chintadripet, where water has almost gotten higher than 6 feet. That's the intensity that we're looking at. And also taking you through now the areas that are currently in danger zone as listed by the district authorities there. Royapuram, that's one of those areas that we see as in danger zone. You also have TVK Nagar. You also have Thenampet, which is currently in a danger zone. If you are in these areas, please ensure that you stay indoors. And then you also have Kodambakam, which is still in the danger zone. And then you also have Valsaravakam, that is currently in fact designated as a danger zone. So if you are venturing into that area, or if you're living in that area, please do not step out, at least for the next day. Adyar is also a danger zone, as declared by the district administration. And then you have Alandur, which currently stands as a dangerous area if you do step out. Now, let's cut across to my colleague Chaiti, who's going to explain to us the government's advisories for Chennai. Let's take a listen.